Hello everybody, I am live. Uh it's quite an impromptu stream. I'm not sure if anybody got notified, not sure if anyone's watching, but honestly, I feel like this stream is mostly just for me to process my thoughts about what's happening in America. Like, I think everybody knows Donald Trump won. Jesus Christ, I can't believe it's another 4 years of that guy. Was thinking whether or not I should even like say anything or do any streams because like I have a video in production right now. I finished writing the script that's talking about why people believe in the things they believe, and it would have come out like maybe in 2 weeks, 3 weeks max, and that would have been fine. But um, yeah, so I find myself like doing just doom scrolling, looking for people that can like put to words what I'm feeling, and it's just a really hard thing to actually convey. And I do have like a very small, very small percentage of audience online. So I'm guessing that at least one or two people who will either watch this stream live or later on will be asking the same question, will be looking for the same thoughts, same kind of way to verbalize their thought processes, and maybe I can do that to help someone. Um, just maybe, like a very small maybe. I'm not exactly very eloquent in my speech patterns. Um, yeah. So, stream of consciousness stream. I should really call it a stream of consciousness stream. COCS socks. That doesn't sound right. Uh, um, yeah, I've got some thoughts about mainly what a second Trump term would entail. Um, Obviously, the one at the front of my mind is the most immediate concern is Palestine, and it's weird because I'm not that political on my channel. I mean, I am very political, don't get me wrong, and a lot of my videos do cover political topics, but I don't feel like they are that kind of political. There's something wrong with my mics. I think, give me a second. If I can get my microphone into a better state. Testing. All right, that's better. Where was I? Yeah, Palestine. Yeah, I'm not very political. That much political. I'm very political. What the hell am I saying? I'm very political, but my videos aren't always about politics. They're mostly just about stuff, and um, I do have a political lean, progressive, socialist, whatever moralist you want to call me. And that does also, go true. But it's wait, man, I'm trying to put things into words. I'm not really doing very well. Okay. Let me really try this again. I, you know what? I'll just talk about what I want to talk about. First up is Palestine. I think like it's gonna be very bad. Trump has constantly touted support for Israel's bombardment and genocide in Palestine, and we're gonna see a lot of people die. there's nothing much we can really not. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. Um, People are just gonna it's really bad. Um, and that's the first thing that comes to mind that I think we're gonna have to do a lot of on the ground works to try to mitigate the damage. And it is gonna be hard. I should have prepped like a list of charities for people to donate. I wonder if I guess still have the time to do that. Uh, I you know what I will prep a list. I'll vet them and I'll put it like in the comments after the video goes out. The live stream is finished, so people can donate if they want uh to just help on the ground. There's very little I can do as a person, like individually as people. I feel like one of the biggest things that's going through our mind right now is there's the very little things that we can do to mitigate the damage by our own hands. Especially like I'm in Singapore, across the world, nowhere near the Middle East, nowhere near America. There's nothing I can do other than to use my voice to try to speak some sense. Maybe use my small little tiny platform to speak a little bit of truth to power, but that's pretty much about it. And um, I hope that if enough people do that, it makes a difference. Uh, and want I'll probably make a full video on. I might make a video on Israel Palestine one day. I don't know. It's one of those topics that I'm very afraid to touch because I don't have enough information to do it properly, and I'm very scared of spreading like misinformation. Um, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm very scared of spreading misinformation, so I try not to talk that much about it, to be honest. But yeah, that's one of the things that's gonna be really happening. Uh, Interestingly, one of the I wouldn't say interesting, but it's not interesting. It's not interesting at all. It's actually terrible because the other thing that comes to my mind is LGBTQ issues, and that's another immediate danger right now. I'm on quite a lot of like forums and chat rooms where there's a pretty decent sizable chunks of people who are LGBTQ, and the past 6 hours have been very, very weak. It's a bunch of I'm not gonna show it, but there are a lot of people asking on how to self-delete, if you get what I mean. And it's a lot of us, a lot of volunteers, a lot of like armchair therapists and psychologists desperately trying to save some lives. And it's really, really bleak to talk about. So Israel, Palestine, and immediate LGBTQ mental health is currently the most pressing issue right now. Yeah, Jesus Christ, is there any good news that I can ah trying to put all these things to words is just devastating. Yeah. Um Shit. I really hope my chat didn't freeze up again. I have this problem with my live stream is that sometimes the live chat replay freezes up, but because I have so little like viewers, I don't always notice that it freezes up. So hopefully it's not. Uh but yeah. Uh um if for the LGBTQ issues, there's also a lot of people searching for how to get out of America right now, and there are people who I have like LGBTQ friends who have asked me specifically, how do we is like Singapore taking immigrants from America? And let me just tell you, if someone's asking to go to Singapore for their safety as an LGBTQ person, holy shit, things are terrible. Singapore is one of the worst countries, the worst first world country at least for these kind of issues. And I don't know. I don't know. Are we taking immigrants right now? I hope we are. It'll be a great thing if we are. Yeah, trying to put all my thoughts and process here. Just like um, providing a little space to people to maybe listen to my stupid voice. No prep. No prep. Great job, Aiden. Great job. Let's see. What else do I want to talk about? Yeah, this election was, I'll be honest, it's not that I'm not super surprised that Trump won. There was no like there was not a single moment in the last year where I was like, oh, there is no way he will win. Uh, as I did in like 2016 when I first just started following politics. Um, this time it's just, uh, yeah, he might win if we aren't doing it right. He'll win, and it's gonna be very terrible. Because uh, of a lot of things. One of the things uh that I think really swung the way for him is that the Democrats in America just don't know their audience. They don't. They care more about winning the seats than they do about actually governing. And for the longest time, basically, what has gone on, I feel, is that they have relied on people voting on the lesser of two evils and just neglected to actually do any good. So a lot of people just didn't come out to vote. If I'm not wrong, 20 million less people came out to vote this time than in 2020. At least that's like, I think that's a number. Is it either 20 or 5? I think Trump won by 5 million. Yeah, Trump won by 5 million popular votes as well. Um, so yeah, it's sad that they didn't step up and just actually did the good. Because I was listening to UK radio host called James O'Brien, and he was talking about how why he was also trying to put things into words, like talking about why these things happen, and it really resonated in that most people don't really care about things that people like me care about. Like, I care about all these political stuff because I'm 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 a weird ass guy, and it's just one of those things that I like to talk about. Um, but most people care about like their day-to-day necessity, whether or not they have enough food, how much is the price of gas, um, whether or not they can get healthcare, whether or not they keep their jobs, and these kind of political shift happens when needs aren't being met. Most people won't be able to spend hours of their days or weeks of their lives just scrolling through political positions. They're gonna look at the immediate reflection of impact and vote that way. And there are a couple of like downsides to this is that the more a government slows its function, the less immediate any impact will be. And that's pretty much the case in the States, where the legislative body is basically in such a terrible gridlock that any kind of legislation, any kind of effects for anything that's passed basically comes in 4 to 6 years after. And it grants this illusion that whoever has the next term is the one that has either dealt the damage or fixed the problem. And that's basically what happened with Trump and then in this year's Biden's term, where all the damage that Trump did was only really felt, especially economical stuff, all the damage that Trump did was only basically felt during Biden's term, and all the benefits that was put up by Obama was basically only felt during Trump's term. And so it created this impression that Trump was better for the economy, like without just by like ignoring pretty much everything that's going on. Yeah. My mind still keeps going back to the LGBTQ people who are struggling right now in America, trying to get a grip on what's happening with their lives. And I am I'm heartbroken because I've been in that position before, not as like a person on the LGBTQ spectrum, but on the mental health spectrum, where it feels like the world has broken your support system and there's nothing that you can do to win, if that's the way to put it. There's nothing that can like function, lets you function as a person, and it can be very disheartening. It feels like death, and I don't really know how to help other than what I'm trying here, I guess. This is just a reaction to me feeling that I am very unable to do anything. Yeah. It this feeling of being unable to of watching the there's a term for this. Give me a second. Let me pull up my web browser. Inner emigration, emigration. Basically, it's the feeling a group of people feel like they are in a foreign land in their own home country or home, and that's basically, I think, what this must feels like for a lot of people right now in the States, that they aren't where they are. Of course, there's the other half who feels like this is great, that they are finally home. This is true America, and I guess great for them that they'll be causing so much harm in return. But I'm happy they feel good. Yeah. It's quite a terrible feeling because it feels like you can't do anything, and staying is only making things worse, even though in the long term staying might be better for other people, not for yourself. It is super unsafe for people to stay, but it, it's, you know, like for the rebuilding effort, big quote unquote, it is better to stay in the shitty situation. Yeah. Um, I think the only thing that people like me who are so far away can do to help is just provide our own safe spaces for people to, you know, just come in and, I don't know, chill, talk, vent. Uh, if anyone's wondering about like the flag in the top left corner of the stream, that's a straight ally pride flag that I designed myself. Because that's one of the things I like. I like flags. I like the shapes and the colors. And I designed this flag myself because it's nice. It's like a heart surrounded by white, protected from the darkness, with a straight line representing straight people. And that's basically what I hope to achieve as a person, which is to be a light adaptation. It's super corny. It's like anime shit. I am so out of it today. uh, my sleep schedule is basically inverted. So I wake up around late afternoon. And I sleep like somewhere past midnight, and basically I woke up with the exact same experience most Americans have, which is like going to sleep not knowing what the hell is gonna happen, and then waking up to the news that, oh, it's a dumpster fire again. Uh, yeah, fun time, fun time, always fun time. Maybe I should play some games. I wonder if Luminubi is in chat. We could talk about Limbus Company. That would really lighten the mood. Uh, so next video is mostly going to be about I don't know if you guys watch Ian Danskin. He runs a channel called Innuendo Studio. Oh my god, Illuminati, you're really here. Jesus Christ. Let me finish my train of thoughts. Yeah, he runs a channel called Innuendo Studios, and he basically makes a series called the Outright Playbook. I'm gonna try something similar-ish, where I try to dissect the psychology of people in any kind of political sphere. I'll have to rewrite my script now because of the election, but yeah, that's it will be it it will be interesting to see what I can try to do in this second Trump term world. Um, the Trump discourse has permeated my country of Singapore as well. A lot of my friends are a couple of my friends are actually pro-Trump. Uh, a lot of like Trump-ish terms are starting to be used like unironically. It's a bit scary for me as well. To see a lot of these people going like very eugenics. Oh, mental health care isn't important. People with like mental health problems should just die. And they're talking about me, and that's Jesus, that's not fun. So yeah, this will definitely have a global impact. People are gonna, it's gonna be rough, man. I just wish everyone will be able to help each other out where they can. I'll try my best to do the same, and it's gonna take a lot of ground up movement to stop this. Easier to it's easier to reverse it's easier to it's easier to defeat fascism like in World War II, technically, than it is to slow it down and reverse it. It's not easy on the loss of lives, of course, but yeah. Some people forget like the amount of lives lost in Trump's first term. And it's quite amazing that we forgot so much of the damage that has been done in his first term that we the world collectively, but mostly the states, just allowed this to happen again. Um, like a reminder, he started an insurrection. His COVID policy, by estimate, killed an extra 400,000 people who died needlessly. Uh, he's his position with Putin probably was what kickstarted the invasion. Oh my god, I completely forgot about the invasion in Ukraine as well. That's gonna be. Oh Jesus, so many people, so many. Oh, the European Union really had to like step up and I I'm gonna blank out for like 5 seconds here to just stare into the middle distance as I ponder my existence. Give me a second. Jesus, my neighbor is drilling. I'm trying to ponder my existence. God damn it, it's the middle of the night. Okay, I'm pondering. Alright, I have pondered my existence. It is minor and insignificant. Alright, I'm gonna try to make the remainder of the stream entertaining to, at the very least, make it so that I can give everyone some joy from my pessimistic self. This is the funniest shit I've ever said because if you don't know, I am a super pessimistic human being. Alright, so what am I gonna do? Let's play Limbus Company since Illuminati is in the stream. I'm just gonna do a mirror dungeon run. And I'm gonna talk about the new Kanto. And if nobody else understands anything I'm saying, that's fine. Just I hope my joy at this stupid game will at least be infectious enough that it works. I screwed up in changing the stream. Give me a second. Is this correct? I don't think that's correct. Oh no. That's not right. Hang on. I'm changed. I can do this. I can do this. Gonna assume that's correct. That people can see my game stream. Give me a second for my stream window to catch up so I can see whether or not I messed up my stream connections. Come on. Come on. Ah, there we go. Limbus Company. Hang on, let me adjust the. You guys don't see my private stuff. Yeah, no peeking. Okay. Down. Alright. Alright. Limbus Company. Yeah. My chat window. Oh, that's not right. Move my chat window over here. Oh. Okay. All right, time to talk about Limbus Company. This is becoming a regular thing. What was my reaction to Kanto 7 ending? I freaking loved it. Kanto 7. So for those who don't know, in Limbus Company, all the stories, all the characters are based on. Should I turn on the sound? Turn on the sound a little bit. Oh, it's not playing on my headphones. Damn it. Isn't great. Alright, since it's not playing, I'm just gonna turn off the sound. It's fine. You won't get to hear the awesome audio in this game, so I'm a bit lazy to do the do the setup. What was my reaction to Kanto 7? And yeah, so in this game, all the characters have currently basically their own chapters or about to have their own chapters released. The latest one is this little duppy character, Don Quixote, based on the titulous book of the same name of the Gentlemanly Adventure of Don Quixote. Out of all the sinners, Don Quixote is the only story that I am actually familiar with. So I was very excited to see a Kanto. Oh yeah, I have a UT for. Oh hi Hubs and Dubs. Hello. And yes, Lulu, I have a base Honglu because I really like his passive. His passive is great. The best pass is one of the best passive in the game. Yeah, so I keep hang on. I might have ADHD, so I keep jumping topics. um yeah, Keto 7 was great. Yeah, I was really interested in Don Quixote's story because Don Quixote is like one of those stories that I really enjoy. I guess it's not hard to see why the blind obsession to knightlyhood of doing good even against the entire world. I felt they adapted it very nicely. The nicest part was like modern Don Quixote has the modern interpretation of Don Quixote has a lot of like return to return to the fantasy kind of thing, coming back to the dream of being a knight. So yeah, I really enjoyed the adaptation of it, allowing no spoilers, allowing Don Quixote to get back the dreams. I think that's pretty much all the spoilers I can give. Yeah. Did you watch the latest Ji Hun stream? I did not. Um. My timing is very bad with all these live stream stuff. So. I did hear about it afterwards. Our CEO is an adorable little gremlin. I did watch the Hongkut stream for the VA for his clip. That was hilarious because I'm not sure if you know. Uh, um, Hifley's voice actor did a stream with Tenma and Rie and the VTubers, and I watched a bit of it at the end because they showed the Heath sheets. If you don't know what the Heath sheets are, basically there is a fan of the character who has basically decorated their room in in the entire sheets in like all the merchandise of Heathcliff, and I interact with them somewhat on some social media platform, and it was really funny because we got to make fun of them for having the room shown live. Yeah, and yeah, ah, I hope this stream is entertaining after the entire dumpster fire today. At least you guys can enjoy my joy, so to speak. I hope at least it'll be a bit fun for that. Yeah, the Hickley fans also look like Cathy. No, she says it's a complete accident, and you're not allowed to bring it up. Oh, I have enough to use everything. When is the restart? It's tomorrow. You know what? I'll just run one for fun. That's not for. I think I'm on syncing. Yeah, so let's talk more about Don Quixote's Kanto. It's really good. This is one of the few companies that I still hold some amount of large respect for. Other than the game being a gacha, which I will not recommend for people who have trouble with gambling and stuff. Never play gacha if you're trouble with gambling. Just don't. It's bad. There are so many other games you can play. This is one of those games that you just shouldn't touch if you have a problem with that. But the company itself has a really interesting culture. Like the big man of the company KJH, Kim Ji-hoon, he has specifically stated that he doesn't want to expand the company because he cannot remember the names of his employees any more than what they already have. So that's a really respectable stance to not just turn their people into numbers and statistics. So I hope they will keep that up. As long as they keep that up, I will continue to support them. Any ideas on what we'll get for the next World Because I'm thinking of Child of the Galaxy Eco Honglu. That is actually an interesting question for fans of the game. What will we get for the next Wild Puggies? So in Wild Puggies not it's like a recurring event in this game where we get character IDs, which are all these like different versions of the characters from other games, other worlds, other from like the prequel games to this. So it's kind of like a mini crossover event for inside the company. So what character will we be getting? That's a good question. Considering it's Blood Fiend. Net Jack. No, I think it might be. Oh, who's that Blood Fiend character from Library of Arena? Elena is that her name? Oh, gee, I can't remember a lot of the characters' name. But yeah, I think that might be a possibility. Small chance, but also because of how yeah, Elena. But because of how many like how much Moses have been shown up, there might be a distortion detective ID. That's like a small might, probably future thing. I've completely lost my train of thought. I really might have ADHD. Okay, wait, hang on. Yes, okay, that's fine. No, you should be for rest because that's better. And what am I doing? I'm not. Am I gonna cash this in? I don't know. Screw. Close enough. All right, let's go. I don't think it's gonna be a Moses ID. I think it's gonna be probably one of the other smaller characters. I haven't read Leviathan yet, so it's not I'm kind of saving it for like when everything's done. Yeah. Let's see. This game is very. This is one of the most like games. This is one of the games that's most critical of capitalism that I have ever seen in my life, and it is wild. How like Korean politics have seeped into the alter discourse of this game. Holy shit! I did not level 45 my Daichi Nyoso. I did not realize that. That's not great. I'll use the others then. I suppose, yes. Daichi. This. Close enough. I'm not gonna think. I'm gonna follow our glorious leader and win rate. Nah, just kidding. Yeah. Netjack Reina team. Maybe it's Netjack. No, I don't think we'll get any of the librarians yet. I think we're still going through like the team captains for all the control teams and all the information team and stuff. So probably that. A little disappointed that Wonderlab is no longer canon in the universe because yeah, I really like Wonderlab. It was really great. You know what I really like about this story is that this is gonna be a bit political again, but I think that's just what uh what this stream is gonna be about. Is that gender isn't a deal in this story. I was reading some game design stuff on like Project Moon's like philosophy, possible philosophy on game design, and it's that they don't try to make the genders of character a thing that is like any kind of focus. So uh you just kind of accept that a character is he, she, they, them without any like announcement of their pronouns. I think that's a bit cool. I think that's like a very utopian outlook in a very dystopian setting. There's a new Honglu theory that he's gone through multiple reincarnations while remembering all of it, similar to Angela, and that by running away from his family, he's actually saved them all. I don't think it's that deep. I think he's just a. I think it's gonna be a trauma. Uh, like the last Kanto has really got me to like Honglu. I know you really like Honglu, but I was very mid on him. Um, thought NetJack was a girl when I started Limbus. That's because in the first game they didn't. Did they have voice actors in the first game? They did, didn't they? Oh, Limbus when you started Limbus. Oh, and if you started in like Core Library or not, yeah, he's just a dude, drunk ass, druggy. Is there though in that theory though? Theories in this game are like ends in the world. There's so many theories that just comes about in a daily sequence. Take it. I take most of them with a grain of salt. I'm a very pessimistic guy, just generally. So, I don't. On the other hand, I don't know enough about Hong Lu's backstory to actually comment. So you might be right actually. He might have gone through multiple incarnations. My idea is I think there's more to his eyes than meets the eye. The chef who cooked the reincarnation theory referred to the section part on the river of immortality. Okay, so despite me being Chinese, I have never read Hong Lou Meng, which is the story that Hong Lu is based off on. So I don't know enough of the background to comment. I actually have a copy of Hong Lou Meng somewhere in my room. I should like just read up on it. One of like the three great works of China. The other ones being the Three Kingdoms, and the other one is Water Margin. I've read Water Margin, but I've not read the other two. So what did I do? Did I just blindly click the question mark? I did just blindly click the question mark. Okay, so here's the interesting thing about here's my understanding of Hong Lu, right? It's like, you know how his like eyes glitter? I was making quite a big deal of it because there was a part where Hong Lu spoke with Don Quixote about describe Don Quixote about how she is the person who sees the city most clearly, like with the stars in her eyes. So if you look at some of her ID, I can't do that here. Hang on. Let me just. I will not press forfeit again. I did that last time. That was my bad. So like in some of Don Quixote's ID. So Don Quixote, if you guys know the story, Don Quixote is basically slightly schizo, I guess. Like he in the original story he pretends he's a knight, and in this story the same thing. So like in a lot of Don Quixote's ID, she has the eye sparkles, and for a long time people thought that the eye sparkle was just like artistic choice, but Hong Lu also has eye sparkles, and he's the next most what's it called? uh disassociated characters. So out of all the characters, he's very disassociated with the world, in that he's very like he's the so this is like a grim dark dystopian setting, and everything's terrible, everyone's dying everywhere, but he's like always filled with joy. And he also has the ice buckle. So I have the theory that the ice buckle has something to do with his background, because like he can see the, I don't know, the fantasy of it all. Yeah. And like when the ice buckle disappears, that's like, oh shit gets real, man. None of the character, whenever they get serious, they're like, oh, the ice buckle freaking gone. Yeah, that's my theory on the ice buckle. That's my only theory that I've ever done on this game, because I'm that kind of idiot. I think that ice buckle has to do with his past. I don't think his eye is like a normal thing. Yeah, Honglu is not full of joy. He has the sad, you know, some of his some of his lines in the new chapters is just, it's filled with the big sad, and big sad, just big sad. uh, uh, yeah. How was your pool for the new season, by the way, Luminaby? I managed to get everything already, so I'm quite happy. Yeah. Oh, I need to up your level. No, I can't up your level. Yeah, I need to up sync. His base ego costs a whopping 5 gloom. Yeah, he's a sad boy. Still not enough. Jesus Christ. Maybe I should just excavation instead. Yeah. I keep jumping around. I really might have ADHD. My friend tells me to go get tested for it. I really should. Let's see. What was I talking about before I got sidetracked? Something about politics. I completely lost track. I will probably remember it like eventually, so forgive me if I'm just rambling. Uh, if this is enjoyable to you, I'm very happy. So let's just keep going a bit. If it's not enjoyable to you, just listen to my voice as an ASMR. I've been told that works by one person. Politics was 30 minutes. Politics was 30 minutes ago. Jesus Christ. What's wrong with me? I think I have every season 5 ID. It wasn't too hard to get them because I sharded some. Yeah, I save a lot of my shards for the IDs. I don't actually like I don't actually pull. I just save my shards as much as I can, and I saved all the pulls for wild purgis because those are harder to get. In red. Yeah. There's a yeah, I remember I was talking about that there's some sort of like political stuff going on within like the background of Project Moon. Can you please use this? Okay, you know what? Just for you, I will use it. It's not my go-to choice here, but I will use it later, alright? Yeah, there's some political stuff going on in the background of Project Moon. Like I don't know if anyone knows this, but they're kind of in South Korea has like this feminism versus manism thing, and it's not really feminism either. It's more like just misogyny. And is it misogyny? It's basically extremists from women and men, and there was a whole drama about it regarding how Project Moon depicted their character, which is insane. I do not. Oh, I did refer to Honglu as it. I'm sorry. I will not refer to Honglu as it. He is a good boy. He is a. He's a really good. I think I'll like him more after the next Kanto, because like, yeah, his writing has improved quite a bit. he's quite enigmatic, and I didn't really like take to him in the first few chapters, but I'm getting into him now. Yeah, the Junin season was bad. There's a lot of like there's still like an ongoing lawsuit about like copyright and stuff. South Korea is another one of those countries that's like very incredibly polarized. It's another one of those places that I'm watching thinking like is this gonna be another pseudo fascist kind of thing? I really hope not. It's a really weird thing because a lot of these countries are like the states. They have oh my god, I'm taking that. I think a lot of these countries like the states, they have a record of being like the freedom center of their region, or at least like that's what it's is portrayed. But yeah, when you they are also the countries that's most likely to turn, you know, with what happened. Yeah, they're also the most likely country to turn into dumpster fires. So South Korea is one. Um, Australia, I think, narrowly avoided it recently. France also narrowly avoided something bad recently. I think UK is kind of teetering. Yeah, Honglu won. Really funny how the PMUA sent a lawsuit on the anniversary of this incident. Yeah, so PMUA, for those who don't know the drama, there's like this. Is PMUA like a company? No, it's like an association, right? Project Moon User Association made out of like I don't want to call them fans, but people kind of obsessed with Project Moon, which is the company that made this game, and how like they run accusing them of misogyny, sexism, and all those things. And last year there was an incident where extremists on incels on one of Korea's forums basically pulled like some protest stunt boycott shit. It's kind of hard to explain. You have to be there. But basically they weren't happy with one of the characters' ID not being sexy enough, and then they decided to use a bunch of like really sexist, really weird ways to try to take down an artist or the company. It's really hard to explain. You really have to be there. Oh Jesus Christ! Look, I use Honglu and he's getting wrecked, man. Come on, Honglu. I trusted you. I have you on. Was I yeah. And they there was another basically it was a clusterfuck, and it's a bunch of extremists fighting another bunch of extremists trying to harass the employees of the company, not even the company itself, just directly at the employees. And there was a lot of stuff happening. I've seen I somehow ended up being the uh I wouldn't say reporting, but I was one of the people who ended up helping to collate the information for the English speaking world in the opening hours, because that just happened. And like I think that tweet is like my most popular tweet on my Twitter. And yeah, it became it became a whole thing. But yeah, so the PMUA recently sent a lawsuit on the basically what's the anniversary of the incident, trying to find other ways to take down Project Moon. It's really hard to say what's going on there because like a lot of the Korean news are in Korea, and I don't read it. I just understand roughly, but it does seem like an absolute clusterfuck. I watched the interview between the PMUA leader and another PM player. I was really skeptical about it because of how unprofessional the PMUA guy was. Yeah, he was like cursing and swearing the whole time or something. I don't think they're serious, but I think if there's one thing we can learn from for this week is that very unserious people can cause very serious damage. Um, and given the powder keg that is South Korea, I really hope this just stays in that lane. Uh, and like nothing bad happens. Yeah, I really wish like company wise, yeah, company is company. I think even the CEO himself said the company is just a company. If the company goes down, that's fine as long as the employees are protected. Like very respectable for him to say that. So like I continue to support this company mostly because of those kind of positions. Uh, Not a endorsement of capitalism, by the way. I fully think that if capitalism wasn't a thing, this game would still get made. So yeah, uh, but it's eh, the way they are harassing a lot of the individual employees. It's quite disgusting, to be honest. It's very reminiscent of how extremists in a lot of other countries also indirectly target um the so-called on the ground people instead of the people who are the faces on the not even saying like targeting people or the faces are good, but yeah, just going after people who are defenseless instead of picking fights in their own weight class. Both Don Quixotes are so silly that Quixote is so full of whimsy. That's spoiler, so I'm not gonna talk. I'm trying not to spoil it, but yes, I agree. I will fund Ji-hoon 2 cup ramen a month. Yeah. I like the CEO Ji-hoon like if the company goes down, I'll just become a VTuber and stream mukbang of myself eating ramen. Very, it's a really relatable individual. I feel like this community, the Project Moon community, is we're kind of pampered in that way. Like the content we get in this game is always up to par. The community is for the majority of the part is uh incredibly nice. You have the Kanto 7 CGR solo. I know I don't have. Am I able to change that? Don't think I'm allowed. I'm able to change the loading screen. They just automatically put it as my loading screen. I'm just trying. I'm doing my best. I'm trying my best. I also have Don Quixote as my announcer, so that's also you know what? I don't think I can keep out all of the spoilers. I'll just try my best. I'm doing my best. We're all just doing our best, and I hope we all keep doing our best. Uh, oh shit! I lost the chat. There we go. You can skip an ID story to change it. What? You can skip an ID story. I have no idea what that means. I must be illiterate. I am completely illiterate. It's fine. Yeah. Alright, it's been an hour, but you know what? I'll just play a bit more. Feels like one of those days. Uh where we just need a little bit more line entertainment in our lives. It is. Oh, I can do that. Well, I'm already in the game now, so oh well. Fight, everybody. Oh, sacrifice yourself for my enjoyment. I think out of all the cantos that are like that have gone by so far, 4 is the best, which is Ishmael's based on Moby Dick. I think that's still my favorite so far. Uh, but I'm pretty happy with the writing quality of the canto so far. We um oh, this something really interesting happened with like one of the translation is like, so this character Isang, his name is like a pun, or his name sounds like another word in Korea, and because of that the character makes it a lot of makes it a pun quite often, and one of the translators were like, they were pointing it out, and I this is just something I'm gonna talk about for fun. Like, I work with translators as well, and this is one of those really interesting things. Like, how do you get puns to translate from language to language? And it's a genuine problem in localizations. So, uh, it's like a genuine problem in localization that people don't know how to properly translate puns and jokes over, and it's quite an interesting thing to like just think about. Uh, there's a recent game called Ayuden Chronicles that got a lot of heat for its localizations, and there's a whole debate about difference between translation and localization, where translation is like this direct translation, and localization is trying to bring over a lot of the nuances of the language. And Illuminati, goodbye now, a sorrow in you. Are you leaving? Aw. I'll finish this level. Since you're gone, there's no point to learn. Alright, I was talking about the translation issues. Yeah. So it's quite an interesting topic as like a writer and a person interested in language to my personal take is that it's better to keep the spirit of the centers than it is to do a direct translation. It's better to, if like there's a pun, it is better to try. Oh no, the first letters of each word spells isang bet. What? That, yeah, yeah. Oh right, that is right, yeah. Uh yeah, something. Oh, that's interesting. Man, people are so much better fans than I am. I'm a fake fans. They know all these like memes that I don't know. I feel so sad. Where was I? All right. I personally think it's better to translate the spirit than it is to do a direct translation. It's actually a quite a big argument in like the geek otaku community, like translations or localization, direct translation versus localization. I think keeping the spirit keeps more with the intent uh of the author than it does with a direct translation. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents worth. All right, nobody else in chat will understand why Illuminati is screaming unless they play the game. But trust me, it is funny. Chef's kiss, funny joke, ice creams, and beach flipper. Yeah, but actually, that's a good example of like keeping in the spirit of the translation instead of like uh doing direct translations. Yeah. A lot of these jokes only work if it feels right. That's something that um a lot of people have to think about when they are starting like to do writings and stuff. It's one of the things that I have to learn a lot when I was starting on writing. When I am even like writing for the scripts for my videos, I also have to think about whether or not like a sentence feels right when heard out loud. Am I clashing? I am clashing. Okay. Am I Sancho now, Illuminati? What is your most ingenious idea? I expect great things from this adventure that we will be on. All right. The movie has gone full brain project brain rot, and we're just gonna let him fully expel all the brain rot that he needs to inside chat. Ah, Jesus Christ. I freaking love this community. It is funny AF. Everybody understands the brain rot. My my favorite meme in the community is still that we are all illiterate, which is incredibly funny because uh the gameplay requires us to read a lot of stuff, but the idea that the Project Moon players of these games are illiterate is hilarious. Like, so we have all these like observations log that we need to read to understand how enemy works, and a lot of people like have trouble fighting enemies because they don't read and they don't understand how they work. But it's really funny to me that illiteracy has become a meme to for our fan base. Like, I think someone called the fan base like the illiterate people, and it's really funny because our media literacy, not our ability to read, but our media literacy is like one of the highest out of any single fandom, just because the story is that good, and we have to like have a lot of background in understanding other stories. Don't need the anomalies, Don Quixote. You know, with the amount of blood and gore that the sinners get up to, I am surprised that a little bit of blood didn't go into Don Quixote's mouth anytime and then trigger his awakening. Like, hang on, I need to press the button. No. No. This is as true for in-game as it is for real life. I have become an incredibly jaded human being. Where was I? What was I talking about? I have lost track again. I am so sorry. Content. Welcome to whatever this is. Why didn't Dante ask Wang to use his basic going counter stories? Yeah, there's like so many egos with water stuff. Yeah, the vampires in this game, like traditional vampires are scared of water, and we fought a lot of vampires, so like, why can't we just attack them with water and like win the entire thing? Alright. Okay, I have finished the level. I am flipping my shoes, getting my staff, and then slowly I'm gonna wind this stream down. Go back to the main menu so we can have a look at fancy artwork while I talk in a very no, I know it's Honglu, but prefer Roshu. Sorry, she's just so cool. I can't wait for her Kanto. It's gonna be epic. I hope that at the very least for these last hours, I was able to provide some level of fun, joy, laughter, or was able to put some of your thoughts into words as others have done for me. I will have a stream again in like 2 weeks. That will be my regular stream where I have my director's commentary for my videos. Who knows? Maybe I'll play Limbus Company again. It's quite a regular game that I play. It's fun to just put it on stream and just talk nonsense. And Illuminubi's chats always makes me laugh because he gets they get the meme. They understand. They understand. Rega. Oh, I don't know if you noticed, but the latest priest of Manchala Land Eagle, Pablo, Pablo is a blood fiend now. That's fun. He's he's a blood fiend. His eyes is red, so he's now like one of the strongest vampire. This little cockroach is now one of the strongest vampires in the game. Okay. That's done. Alright, let's go back to my back. I'm back. Alright. Okay. Then I hope I'm gonna wind down the stream. And I'll get back to work on my new video. Thank you all for joining, I guess. I hope the next 4 years for the people in the States will not be as big as a dumpster fire. But if it is, you feel free to come back to my channel. I will personally do my best to try to voice out as many of the matters as possible and make things, if not enjoyable, at least somewhat coherent. Not as coherent as I am when I am playing my Limbus Company. Limbus Company 10 years. Yes, glory to Limbus Company. Glory to Project. I really hope this company doesn't turn out to be bad as well. I really like their games. Alright everybody. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you all a lot. I hope it was at least fun for the last half and coherent for the first half. And if not, please let me know in the comments. Yell at me. That's always fun. I will see all of you next time. Bye.